Romy had the great idea to pull the awning between the two vans, which is a game changer. It's so nice and cool because it's very hot today. Just passing the time with some quality reading. If you don't know about the Overland Journal or you're not subscribed, I do really recommend it. They're amazing stories and photography on adventure travel from all over the world with photography that is truly mind-blowing. Look at this. So I finished up my trip around the mountains here on Friday, and Romy very kindly invited me to a big van meetup just before I head back to the UK. So it's mainly Beetles and beach buggies. This is the name of the event. I'm not going to try and pronounce it. We were just at the Volkswagen meetup, and one of the guys who has one of the Beetles has a place in town, and there's a big after party. So he said, why don't you come down to my place, park up, and yeah, I've got all this stuff for you guys. It's absolutely beautiful. It's in the middle of town, which is this really old, picturesque town. I'll do some shots of that in a second. But he even provided us with beer, water and a shower. I mean, how amazing is that? Josephine is playing on the mat. Yeti's van. It's cool because we're actually like above the village. We've got this beautiful view, the mountains over there. He even left us a ton of beer, a bathroom, a little kitchen. And the kindness of strangers will just never fail to amaze me. Today we have like a special breakfast and a lunch, and then there's lots of food involved when it's Italians. It seems like it's basically you do, if you're not eating, you're sort of waiting to eat, it seems. Food is incredible. So we're gonna hopefully today to do a breakfast and a lunch, and then we're also gonna do like a little drive around the area with all of the Volkswagens. So that should be really fun. You've got to love the roads here in rural Italy. Like even the driveways are a challenge to get out of. The dip off of here is genuinely unsettling. Oh, these guys are really struggling. See that front wheel just slide in. It's quite cool that the T2 that's in front of us, it has a really fancy rebuilt air-cooled engine, and it puts out over, I think he said almost like 120, 130 horsepower. So being a smaller van as well, it's very nippy up these mountain passes, whereas me and Romy in our big old heavy Syncros are in second gear, just trying to keep up. Here we go. We're officially at the meeting point. That put us up last night, he is just the biggest sweetheart, and we're doing this event at the moment. You get like a little gift bag when you sign up to it, which is really sweet. But one of the things in this gift is this grappa, and it's made by the guy who let us stay at his house. And I said to him, oh, you know, like his mother makes the grappa, and I said, well, can I maybe buy some off of you, because I love to try and get some really local stuff. Anyway, this morning when we got to the breakfast, he disappeared in his buggy, and he came back and just gifted me this huge bottle of his mum's grappa, which is just so insanely generous. And I tried to pay him, he wouldn't accept it, but I've come up with a cunning plan. What I'm gonna do, he's not been to Scotland, so I figured I'd give him some classic whiskey. There's really not much in there, but here we go. There's probably about 30 cars. Oh, no problem.
Man of the mountain.
Nice to meet you.
Carlo.
Ciao. Ciao. Wow. Wow, amazing.
This is his house for on the mountain.
Right, okay.
He live in corridor.
Okay.
He live in corridor.
Oh man, this
But
place is...
all the summer he stay here, and every people that pass here stop here because
see
he
him.
have a lot of wine,
Yeah.
Beer, and everything.
Tall, he said.
Yeah, you have to be. Sei una leggenda. He is a legend, yes.
Sugar,
Yes.
and then the sugar get melted
Yes.
with the what is inside. This is like the terminal part of the tree.
Yes, okay.
Taking the spring, so it's full of juicy from
Yes.
the trees, and then it will become like a syrup, something sweet.
Yeah.
No, it's not snaps.
Okay, yeah.
It's something sweet.
Yes.
Then you can use for when you have hot the
Sore throat.
Yeah.
This place is incredible.
Was actually they make the archaeological site.
Yes, okay.
For finding
Caveman.
this. Yeah, because there was the cave. I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
10,000 years ago, that's so crazy. There's a guy here, they call him the Mountain Man, he's really famous. He lives up here and he makes his own wine and alcohol and loads of cool kind of natural medicines and stuff. And he's also famous for having lots of wine and beer, so people come up here to have a drink with him and hang out, and he's really interesting. I'm going to get some photos because he is a very interesting character. And I'm just looking around the house, which is, as you'd imagine, the house is extremely charming. It's right on top of the mountain, and this is his little outside compost toilet. One time a year, they light a big fire here,
Yep.
and on all of the peaks of the mountains, they light another fire.
Exactly.
Have you seen Lord of the Rings?
Yeah.
You know the light they say light the fires? This is what it makes me think
was,
of.
the start from the war.
Yes.
Actually, because when they come here.
Yes.
So they start to turn on the fire, so they look like much more people, and so the army gets scared and come back.
Yes, okay. That was amazing.
Okay.
Thank you so much. I was so grateful.
Yeah.
Good morning. I am at Lagos de Tovel, or Lake Tovel. I was told by quite a lot of the local people that this is sort of the one that all of the Italians go to for the summer, and that it would compete with Lago de Bras, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, or Praga Wild Sea that you'd have seen earlier in this video. Photos of the lake look amazing. I'm really excited. I can't believe how steep the road is up here. It's not that it's more than some of the other roads I've done, but I wasn't expecting to be up 15% gradients this morning. First thing was quite full on single track road. But yeah, I'm really excited. This does look incredible. I'm just walking up on it right now, and as described, it is stunning. One of the challenges with Tovel that I'm finding is that it's quite hard to get a shot of the actual entire surroundings because there's these low hanging branches the whole way around the water. So I'm just trying to like find a place where I can kind of get close to the shoreline and still see the mountain. I have Portra 160 loaded up into the Mimir 7 at the moment, so I've run out of Portra 400. I had a bit of a problem this morning because it's quite dark here, at least at the moment. I'm just on my way back to the van now. I'd love to stay here longer, but it was an additional stop for me today that I wasn't expecting until yesterday. So it's got to be quick. I'm also deliberating going on the water at Lake Giustina, but it really depends because I hadn't planned to kayak on Lake Giustina, even though it is meant to be really cool because it's a canyon. Okay, so I'm at Lago Santa Giustina. Things first, sun cream, because on the water you're getting sort of double the exposure because the sunlight also reflects off the water and comes up at your face. So getting everything creamed up is important, which is funny because I look really burnt, and that's because yesterday I got burnt in the van. That was my stupid fault. All pre-on dry bags, this is to keep all my stuff safe. Loading everything up. I really do have to say a massive shout out to Ombre's sunglasses. See, they don't have arms, they just have like the string, which is a game changer. It's such a simple thing, but it transforms outdoors experiences because they're so much more secure. You can't lose them, you can't break them anywhere near as easily, and for kayaking and this kind of stuff they are amazing. I think this area is easy. Even going to the water is like a 20% gradient. I'm going to be really careful not to let my kayak just slide out of control because it's heavy with all the gear inside. So I am just coming up on the canyon. It's been a bit of an eventful start to the paddle. I'm having to use my GH5 at arm's length for the vlog today because my little Canon GX7 II fell into a puddle. I perched it on a boat so I could film myself taking the kayak down to the water, and it fell off, but the boat had some water in it because it was raining and it fell straight into it. Annoying, but it is one of those things. At least it wasn't the GH5. Dry bags, I'm keeping the GH5 in. I'd said on camera, oh, I'm happy it wasn't the GH5. And then I realized that the dry bag that held my GH5, that was leaking. So the GH5 was soaked and my GoPro batteries were soaked. And then it just felt like the kayak felt like it was, I could hear like water inside. I was a bit concerned that maybe I had a little bit of a leak. Well, I opened up the thing and sure enough, full of water. And all of my cameras, Leicas, Mamiya 7, everything's in the back because I don't like to leave anything in the van. So panicked, but fortunately thanks to pre-on dry bags everything is safe. But I have made the decision now because of the way the day is going. Some days it seems a bit silly to continue. Really enjoyed doing the canyon. It's beautiful. I'd like to spend more time, but I'm going to head back. So anyway, that's my kayak. Finally my first kayak in North Italy before I head home, and it's my last day before I head home to the UK, and of course had to be a massive drama. Just drying out all of my gear before I pack it away. I'm just taking my time because once I started taking on water, I paddled back pretty hard and fast. I got back in half the time and then had to hike up the steep slope, which you'd have seen, which was absolutely brutal in the midday heat. And now I'm just putting everything back. I need to lift this kayak onto the roof. So I'm just going to take it easy because I don't want to get like sunstroke. Okay, so that concludes my Italian trip. I didn't include any of the journey home, but I just drove 727 miles from Italy back to the UK in one day. So I'm really glad to be here. I'm glad to have gone on an earlier ferry, and yeah, the van drove amazingly. I'm so grateful to the VW engine company who rebuilt my water boxer. I mean, it's the ultimate test to have done the journey to Italy, to have done the huge trip around the Dolomites, and then to have driven over 700 miles in one day. And it was a really challenging day. There was loads of thunderstorms, heavy rain, and it was hot also in between that. So yeah, I'm really excited to be going home and see my family. And yeah, that concludes this trip. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. It was sort of made around my actual job, so hopefully there is some value to it. But yeah, that's the end of this chapter.